Hi, my name is Emily, and some of you might recognize me because I work for Acadia Women's Health. I have been here for 3 years now, and ever since before I worked here, even in high school, I really just had the want for a breast augmentation. Growing up with absolutely nothing really just pushed me that way. I always had a lot of questions about it, and anybody who knows me knows to ask 1,000,001 questions. So I had to do lots of research, look up lots of questions, but the main thing I really looked up was before and after pictures. I tried finding someone who was kind of close to my body style and my stats and looking at where they ended up with what they got. Now I know everyone's needs are different and everybody's bodies are different. Just because someone looks like me before might not mean they'll look like me after. But I kind of used that as a guidance. And then once I started working here, of course, the want for it grew so fast. Every woman who came in and was getting it done just kind of pushed me to want it done. I was kind of jealous. And I never really wanted it for like physical appearance, more just to feel more comfortable in my clothes, just to fit better, because everything nowadays is V-neck and I was just flat as a board. So one day I decided to schedule my consultation with Dr. Gonzalez. We talked about pricing, about size, about stats. He told me that no cup size could be guaranteed, which is totally true. He told me about how many cc's I would need, and of course they were different. Not everybody has twins. The majority of people have sisters. So we went over sizing, we went over instructions. We kind of touched lightly on each subject, and then we scheduled for me a pre-op, which I chose to schedule a month out. You don't have to. Majority of the time, women come in the same day for their consultation and do their pre-op that day because they're so excited and ready to get it done. Unfortunately, I had just bought a house and we had to get that situated. So come July, I came for my pre-op visit with Dr. Gonzalez. We sat down and we discussed everything possible, what I would feel, and we're going to get to that a little bit later, but what I would feel, what I would experience, my directions. It is so important to follow the directions and take your medication on time. And he really went over exactly what was going to happen. He told me I was going to be awake. You are going to be awake. You can be put to sleep, and I'm telling you guys, the recovery when you stay awake for 30 minutes tops for your surgery, it's amazing. Just 30 minutes, that all of that can be done. Your recovery time is so much faster. So we took my before pictures. We discussed cc's, 430 and 410, a little bit different. We signed my paperwork. We got everything situated. I got my medications. He specifically went over when to take them, how many to take, what you can do, what you cannot do, how to sleep, how not to sleep. And I have a toddler, so I was worried I wouldn't be able to do all these things with her, and he really just instructed me when I would be capable of returning to my normal routine. So I wait 7 to 10 days. I'm not sure how many days went by, and actually the night before my surgery, the anxiety really built up. I was worried how my daughter was going to take me having surgery, how my husband was going to take it, what I would be incapable of doing. And I got all nervous, and then I took out my paperwork. I started reading my directions, and it instructed me to take my medication. So I did, and that was the best thing I could have did, because I went to sleep that night. I was really relaxed. I was able to get a good night's rest. Slept all night long. When I woke up, I was still relaxed. I was ready for surgery. All that anxiety had kind of left. So I ate and I took my medication again, more medication. We headed to the office. Now, guys, I was still so conscious. I was getting to the office. I even came in, made coffee for the staff. I left a little note for the staff. I was that conscious that I actually told Dr. Gonzalez that I needed more medicine because I didn't think I was relaxed enough. He reassured me that I was definitely relaxed enough. He didn't want me sleeping. So they prepped me for surgery. They did all my markings. Then they brought me to the surgery room. where they laid me down. I had Miss Nikisha, which is one of our nurses, sweet talking me in my ear. Anybody who knows her knows that's just what she does. So he started instructing me exactly what he was about to do to me. He taught me through everything. So I'm laying down, they have the drape. He starts telling me he's gonna start numbing me. So you do feel the shot itself. Of course, you've had no numbing agent yet. So you feel the shots that he's given you. Just like any other shot, it's nothing crazy. Within minutes, you're numb. He instructs you that he's making your incision, which is, guys, probably 2 inches long. It's not this huge incision. He starts telling you how he's creating your pocket, when you're going to feel discomfort, which I only felt a little bit of pressure. And I felt only pressure to the point where when I did feel a little bit of tenderness, I felt a little bit of, I was uncomfortable. It actually shocked me that I jumped a little bit, and he reassured me that he was going to give me some more numbing agent. When he does give you numbing agent after the shots, once he's created your pocket, he will tell you that you will feel it. You will feel coldness down your sides, like running water on your sides. He does reassure you it's just medication. It's nothing crazy. Don't freak out. Once your pocket is created, they will start, now again, just pressure. He'll start talking to the nurse about your cc's, and they'll call out, I think it was by 50 right, 100 right, until you get to the desired cc in that breast, which they'll go to the next one, put in that implant, put your cc's. At this point, my implants are there. They're filled where they need to be. My husband comes in. They allow someone to come in. He checked them out. I was able to check them out. After this, we closed up. At this point, I'm still not feeling anything. I'm numb. They brought me to the recovery room where they wrap me. And it's very important when they tell you to stay wrapped for however long you stay wrapped, that you want to heal correctly. You need to follow directions. I know you get curious and you want to see. Obviously, I wanted to see, but I made sure that I listened, it was tough, but I made it. That day, when we left here, you go home probably 30 minutes after surgery. We headed home. Still, I wasn't feeling anything. I was still numb. I think I slept the afternoon. Now, about 7 or 8 that night, I was feeling a little bit of tenderness, a little bit of stiffness, my arms, underneath my arms, my chest, but it was just soreness, like an extreme workout. It wasn't anything so painful. Now, grant you, I was still on top of my medication. I was taking it like he told me to, when he told me to take it, how many he told me to take. I was relaxed, comfortable, tender, yes. It was stiff and sore, but nothing unbearable. I did sleep on the couch that night on an incline, only because that's how he tells you to sleep. I slept all night long except for when I woke up to take my medications. I wanted to stay on top of it. The next day I woke up like any other day. My husband did have to help me up off the couch, but still just tenderness, a little bit of soreness, like a workout underneath my arms, the same thing I experienced the day before. All weekend kind of went by like that. The Friday and the Saturday, I had it done the Friday and the Saturday I took my medication on time. Now when I woke up Sunday, I knew that my daughter was coming home, so I needed to wean myself off of my medication. I needed to see how things were going for me without any medication, which they were fine. Soreness, same thing I was experiencing. I was able to get up. I was able to put clothes in the washer. I was able to take them out the dryer. Of course, I did not carry the basket of clothes, but I was able to do things. I was able to cook supper. The next morning, I returned to work the Monday morning. We did my post-op visit. He unwrapped me, which was a huge relief. It felt so great. I actually felt some, relief. There wasn't a lot of pressure on my chest. And he instructed me again what I could and could not do. He showed me how I was going to massage my breast, and it's very important that you do it the way he instructs you to do it and how often he tells you to do it, because you're really going to get the best end result that way. A lot of people ask me how my recovery was, and it was so easy for me, and I know everyone is so different, but in the next few weeks it took no time to get back to my daily routine. I was still feeling a little bit of soreness. The most weird part about it was that I felt like I had a sunburn on my chest. Like when clothes touched me or I hugged somebody, I felt a little bit sunburnt. And so I asked him, it's important to ask me questions that you may have, so I did. And he reassured me that it was totally normal. So recovery for me, soreness, again, a little bit of sunburn feeling. A lot of people ask me if they look natural and if they feel real. They definitely look natural. They definitely feel real. Before surgery, I was a deflated B, and after surgery, a D. So I'm very satisfied. I look and feel natural. Nobody, if you didn't know I had it done, I mean, looking at me, you can't tell, but it's made me feel a lot more confident in my clothes. More so that they look and feel real. I mean, who would want them to be stiff? I mean, some people ask me, do they pass the jiggle test? And they do. So that's just my experience with breast augmentation. I recommend Dr. Gonzalez to anyone and everyone. And as far as the people who do message me and ask me what they cost, I can tell you here, and I'm one who sits down with the patients to talk about their options. We offer many different types of options here, and when I tell them that the price here is $3,600, they really start questioning as to why it's so cheap. First of all, we perform your surgery when you're awake. Obviously, that's a lot more cost efficient than having it done at a hospital or being put to sleep. If you guys ever have any questions about the cost, the finance and options, and why the price is what it is, please do not hesitate to give us a call. You can ask for me. I'd be more than happy to share my experience with you. Thank you for watching.